Is your story missing this important plot point? I wouldn't say that every story needs to have this, but I do think it is truly underrated as a storytelling technique. And in my experience, it's a guaranteed way to generate interest and tension and keep your readers wanting more. The plot point I'm referring to is what's known as the refusal of the call to adventure. Let me explain. There is a popular method of understanding story structure that's called the hero's journey. You may have heard of it. Famously, George Lucas used the hero's journey to inspire his writing of Star Wars. It can be a little divisive, and personally, I'm not here to tell you that this structure is the be all and end all, but there are a lot of things about story that it just gets right, and that includes the call to adventure and, crucially, the refusal of the call to adventure. Basically, we have a protagonist, our hero, who is offered an opportunity to leave behind their normal life and venture forth into the unknown. That is the call to adventure. The other part of this, though, is that it's important to show them grappling with this call. So show your character having some hesitations or doubt, or maybe even wanting to turn it down altogether. That is the refusal of the call to adventure. Why does this work? For one, it's relatable. People don't like change, and the call to adventure is basically an invitation to change. It is very believable and sympathetic to have a character who would actually rather not shake up their normal life, please. The refusal of the call to adventure is also great because it gives your story an opportunity to convince your protagonist that this is the path they should take. And sometimes you can even make it so that they have no other choice. I mentioned Star Wars earlier, so let's use that as our example. Luke's call to adventure comes in the form of Obi-Wan Kenobi showing up, inviting him to join him on a mission and learn about the Force. You may not remember this part, but Luke initially refuses. He says it's too far away and he can't get involved. He has refused the call. But just a few scenes later, he learns that Imperial troops have destroyed his home and eliminated his aunt and uncle. So now Luke must embark on this adventure with Obi-Wan Kenobi, whether he wants to or not. So do you see how much more impactful and interesting this way of telling the story is? There's so much more drama, more uncertainty. It would have been decidedly less compelling if Obi-Wan had offered to take Luke along and Luke had just said, yeah, okay. So now that you know about the call to adventure and the refusal of the call to adventure, you will likely see it popping up everywhere in all sorts of books and movies. And now that I've explained the power of it, maybe you'll even see the benefits of working it into your own story.